Before we dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. And here's a disclaimer. The content shared in the Happy Hormones Coach podcast is for informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult with a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, exercise, or health routine. The opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of any healthcare organizations. Enjoy the episode. Hey, welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach, the podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Gamayo Self, where I dive into everything related to women's health and lifestyle and, you know me, holistically. So join me, your host, as we explore the intricacies of female hormones, discuss tips and strategies for managing stress and anxiety, and discover ways to live a healthier and happier, more fulfilling life. From nutrition to fitness, mindfulness to relationships, I cover it all. So please grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's dive into the world of women's health together. This is the Happy Hormones Coach. So what's essential nutrients for hormonal health? Minerals. Welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast, where we explore holistic health, functional fitness tailored for midlife, professional, perimenopausal women, and maybe in between. I'm your host, Jennifer Gamayo Self, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Today, we're diving into a topic that's incredibly important for your hormonal health, which is minerals. Now, I know a lot of people have questions on, what do you mean minerals? Every time I hear minerals, I think of rocks. And well, yes, that may be true. We're going to explore some of the essential nutrients, that's what I'm talking about, for our health and how they can keep your body and your hormones in balance and support your overall health and keep you feeling your optimal or your best. So, plus, stay tuned until the end for a little teaser on my upcoming program, the Renew and Rebalance 4-week reset. It's doable, 4 weeks, and it's all about minerals, and it includes hair mineral testing. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But let's start with the basics. So minerals are essential nutrients that your body needs to function properly, right? They are considered the spark plugs of life, and they play a key role in everything from bone health to energy production, and most importantly for us women, hormonal balance. And there are two types of minerals: macro minerals, which your body needs in larger amounts, and trace minerals, which are needed in smaller amounts. So let's talk about some specific minerals that are crucial for your hormonal health. Magnesium. Magnesium is a superstar mineral, and I'm sure you've all heard of magnesium because of maybe the Calm commercials, anything like that, Epsom salt baths. But it helps regulate cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and supports the production of hormones like estrogen and progesterone. And many women are deficient, and I would say men and women and children of just humans are deficient in magnesium. So it's really important to include foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains in your diet, or a supplement with that, because let's face it, we can't always get it from our food because of the soil depletion. So the next one is zinc, and zinc is essential for hormone production and regulation. And it's you've heard it before, especially around cold, like the winter time, cold or flu season, right? Although there's really no cold or flu season. But anyways, I digress. It supports the immune system and plays a role in ovulation and menstrual health. And you can find zinc in foods like red meats, shellfish, legumes, and seeds. So the next one is calcium. This one is a tough one. Yes, we do. Calcium is really good, and we all know it's important for bone health, but it also plays a role in muscle function and hormone secretion. So, dairy products, unless you're intolerant to it, leafy greens, plant milks are good. They're all good sources of calcium. I'm really not an advocate for supplementing with it. This is one where you really should be tested just to kind of see where your levels are, because you don't want to overdo it with the calcium in your body. But we can we could talk about that more in detail later. But the other one is selenium. So selenium is a powerful antioxidant that supports our thyroid health. And the thyroid gland plays a huge role in hormone balance and health. You can get selenium from Brazil nuts, and that's like the biggest one, seafood, and even eggs. Now, the next one is iodine. And iodine is really good. It's another critical mineral for thyroid function, and it's found in salt, seaweed, dairy, eggs. But adequate iodine intake is crucial for maintaining our hormonal balance. Iodine is really good because it's also one that helps to detox our body. And so any of the heavy metals or, any of the toxins can bind to it, and it just helps detox. So iodine is a really good one for detox as well. But how do you know if you might be deficient in any of these key minerals that I just talked about? But you can watch out for some signs in like magnesium, for example. So magnesium deficiencies, you might have muscle cramps, fatigue, irritability, anxiety. Those are just some of those. Zinc deficiency, you could think maybe hair loss, frequent infections. Again, it goes back to the immunity. Slow wound healing. Again, think immunity. Calcium deficiency. So you can check how are your nails? Are they brittle? Do they break off easy? Are they very thin? Do you have muscle spasms? Do you have difficulty sleeping? And those are just some of the things to think of. So for selenium deficiency, you could think, hair loss, fatigue, maybe a weakened immune system. That could be all signs of a low selenium deficiency. And iodine, well, you can think of actually weight gain. Dry skin, really dry skin, and feeling cold in your limbs. So feeling cold all the time. And so what are some practical tips for boosting your mineral intake? Always goes back to your nutrition. And so eat a well-balanced diet, and of course make it whole foods, and incorporate a variety of those foods and that are rich in essential minerals. So, plenty of fruits, plenty of vegetables, lean proteins, all that good stuff. Just eat the rainbow, have a balanced diet of protein, fiber, the complex carbs, and healthy fats. And so you may consider supplements. If you suspect you're not getting enough minerals and you have any of those symptoms, you could talk to your healthcare provider or naturopath about supplements, and they can determine what is right for you and what you need. So whether you need to be tested or not, that's up to you and your practitioner. And then also just really staying hydrated. So drinking plenty of water helps your body absorb and utilize these minerals more effectively. You want to aim for half your body weight, but you just want to have a good intake. Just stay hydrated, especially during the summertime and these warm months. You really just need to stay hydrated a little bit more. And I always like to say that if you do drink coffee, then have 2 cups of water to every 1 cup of coffee. And that's just going to help ensure that you are moving your fluids and that you're getting plenty of hydration. And also reduce stress. So chronic stress, I've been talking about stress, really depletes your mineral levels. So practice, any stress management techniques like deep breathing, prayer, meditation, regular exercise, walking, getting some sun. That's always going to help. So now I'm excited to share a little teaser about my upcoming program. It's the Renew and Rebalance 4-week reset. And this program is designed to help you restore your mineral balance and support your hormonal health. And it does include a comprehensive approach to nutrition, stress management, and lifestyle changes. And one of the unique features of this program is the inclusion of the hair tissue mineral analysis, also known as HTMA. And this test provides a detailed look at your mineral levels and helps me to create a personalized plan to address any deficiencies and imbalances and help educate you also as to where you're at and what your body's telling you. And so just like small little tweaks here and there can make a huge difference. And I want to thank you for joining me on today's episode of the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I hope you found this episode helpful on just the very, very, very basics of minerals and informative. So remember, small changes can make a big difference in your hormonal health. And if you are interested in learning more about the Renew and Rebalance 4-week reset and how it can help you, stay tuned for more details coming soon. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Share it. And if you can leave a review. It just takes seconds, and it would mean the world to me to get this podcast out to many more women. So until next time, take care of yourself and keep those hormones happy. Thanks for tuning in to the Happy Hormones Coach today. I hope our discussion was informative and helpful for your health and well-being. If you have any questions or comments about today's episode or have suggestions for future topics, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can find me on social media or visit my website. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a review and sharing it with your friends and family. Remember, taking care of yourself is essential, and I'm here to support you on your journey toward optimal health and happiness. So until next time, stay happy and stay healthy. This is the Happy Hormones Coach.